Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Get Real with Real Estate. Today, I'm taking you somewhere special. We have three properties to look at, and if you ever wanted to live in a church, this is your day. So get yourself something to drink and a snack, and let's sit back and look at some places for sale. First place we're looking at is $114,500. It is 3633 Aristus Highway, Ashland, Pennsylvania, and it is 2,958 square feet, built in 1900. Unique early 1900s building zoned residential, offering endless potential for investors or buyers looking to create a one-of-a-kind home. Features original stained glass, hardwood floors, new roof, and updated electric. That's good. Basement fully gutted and ready for your vision. Detached garage and large backyard add even more opportunity to transform this historic property. It's been on the market 25 days. It is listed by Jacob Shesonis. I'm not sure I'm saying that right, but there's the name, there's the number. We have a Nicholas Weckstein. Also, there's a number, and here's another number. You can call all these numbers at RPA Real Estate. There's the MLS listing number. Okay, let's go down here. It's a church. We see that it's a church. On the first level, the area is 391 square feet, 23 by 17. We have ceiling fans, hardwood floors, concrete Bilco door, a sanctuary. That would be interesting to turn into something. A room behind the stage. If you want to have your own karaoke party, you could keep the stage. I would keep the stage for all my entertainment friends. We have vinyl siding, public sewer, public water. That's always a plus, I think. Your annual tax are $3.99 a year. You really need to check into that and see if that was because churches don't pay taxes. So it's no longer a church, so you want to make sure those taxes are up to date. It includes building materials included are scaffolding, 12 hardwood doors, shower and bath system, kitchen sink, furniture. Furniture owners' personal belongings are not included. And then it says there was furniture included, so that's a little confusing. Okay, let's look at the history. It sold in 2022 for $28,500. Then it was listed for sale in 2023 for $37,000 contingent. Then it sold for $23,000 in 2023. Then it was listed for $128,500. Now I don't know how between 11/7/23 and 3/13/26 they must have done a lot of work because they raised the price almost 500%. Then the listing was removed in 2026 at 128.5. Then it was relisted 2 days later for 119.5. That's 7% less than it originally listed for the day before or 2 days before. And then in June, the listing was removed, and then it was relisted 4 days later because the listing ran out and expired for 114.5, which it was lowered again. So I propose they're going to lower it again. Minimal risk for flood. Car dependent, somewhat bikeable. 5 out of 100 is not somewhat bikeable, but like I say, you can ride around the corner. North Schulich Hill Elementary School gets a 2 out of 10. That is terrible. And the high school is 6 out of 10. That's a little better. You want people to move to your town, got to clean up your schools. Let's look at this map. Okay, let's check it on satellite. Very small little town, as you can see. And woods everywhere. We're in Ashland, Pennsylvania. That looks like some sort of lake. So it's a very small town. If you want everyone up in your business, they'll all be really excited to see what you're going to do with the old church. It's very large. It seems to be very close to the buildings beside it, so that if that bothers you, you should um, see that. We can look at, let's look at our street view. Okay, looks like, I don't, those are glass doors. I think they have crosses on them. Definitely a church. Cool, isn't it? Does it still have a steeple? No, they took the steeple down. Or the cross. Okay, let's look and see what's next door. See, you're very close. Those houses are very, very close. So I would really consider that before purchasing this, but if it's something you like and it doesn't bother you to reach out the window and touch your neighbor's house, then that would be a great place to live. And what a fun place to turn into a living space, right? So all the homes on the street are huge. And it looks like a decent area. So, okay, let's go back to our listing and look at our photographs of the church inside and see what they have given us. Okay, so here's the outside of the building. We have more room on this side. Perhaps that is a driveway. I'm not sure. It seems to have somewhat of an apron to the street, so I'm not sure. How could a church not have parking? There must be parking in the back, maybe? I don't know. It said there's a garage. How are you going to get in it? There must be a back street. So it has beautiful looks like stained glass windows. That's gorgeous. The outside looks like it's in great shape. You have a ramp if you want to roll up and down it. Also, you can go in the back. There's a big yard in the back. That's perfect. In the back, it looks like a regular house. And you have a garage. So there's a back lane for people's garages. That's perfect, right? So here's a closer look up on the front. We now know we have great parking space in a yard in the back, so you could fix up your little front yard and not have to do too much work maintaining that. Clean up the sidewalks, power wash it and edge it. Okay, so here's our front door going into our church, going to be made into a home. Looks like we have an altar here. I don't know what's going on with these walls, but we have ceiling tiles that are ugly, ugly, ugly and need to be removed. So I would suggest you do that and put regular drywall on the ceiling. And from what I see here, it looks like they're already falling down, so it'll probably be pretty easy. You'd probably want to take up all this carpet. Maybe you'd want to leave this platform. I don't know. I tend to like to save everything until I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use it. And you do have a basement, so you could store everything in here that you don't need, currently. It's probably plaster walls, and they just peeled off what was cracking or whatever. So you could replaster that, or you could just go through here and take all the plaster down and redo it with drywall, which will be a lot of hard work, but you could do it. Now this looks like a piano here. I'm not sure. Okay, so here's our sanctuary. I guess this over here is the room we were just in with the stuff pulled off the wall there. So we do have a lot of doors here, and I'm sure they're ready to be redone or have been redone. Now it looks like over here we have a baptismal, which is basically just like a giant deep bathtub. So I'd probably keep that just to soak in because that would be really cool, wouldn't it? So we're up here on, I guess what would be, I think in the listing they called it a stage, but we all know that's not what it's called. So I'm thinking the front door might be here, a little vestibule, and then you come into the main sanctuary. But look at these gorgeous stained glass windows, and they're in perfect condition. You have great lighting. I wouldn't change that. You have ceiling fan, that beautiful window up there. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so we do have this beautiful stained glass. This red carpet would just have to go, of course. So you're going to have to do some kind of flooring, but It looks like a space you could live in while you were working on it. Now here's another room. I guess this is right off the front door, so you can go in from the front door here and then go into the main church area. So this must be like a little side church. But look at the beautiful windows in here. They're just as gorgeous. Those windows are, gosh, they're worth $114,000, don't you think? They're beautiful. I'd have somebody come in and look at those windows because, I mean, you could sell them and replace the windows with something else because those windows are probably worth a lot of money. So we have this ugly green carpet. I assume this everything you see comes with it. So there's a piano. Love a piano. Fun times. Oh, look, and here's another room and another piano. Oh my goodness, you get two pianos. And look, there's some more beautiful stained glass windows. Isn't that lovely? Lovely. So I don't know what this room is. You could do whatever you wanted with it. Here's the bathroom. There's something going on with the heat there. I don't know what's going on with the floor. Whatever's going on. It looks like something's being ripped up for something. So we have a, looks like a updated toilet, a little vanity there. I don't know if there's a shower, but you could certainly put one in. Now here we are in the back of something going down probably a little step or two. Here's a little step down from the sanctuary, so this could be like your dressing room for all your friends to hang out in for karaoke night. Before they go out on the fabulous stage you've created. So there's that road behind it to get to your garage, and I am assuming this is that garage right there since it's on that property line. And there's a huge tree back there for shade. You could put a swing up. You certainly want to fence it because now what really bothers me a little bit here is how this roof looks like it touches. I just don't like how close these houses are. How do you guys feel about that? Let me know in the comments. So that's all we're going to see on this one. But it's a beautiful church. So if you're looking for a church to make into a house, this could be for you. So now we're going to look at our next listing, and it's in Chesapeake City, Maryland, on Cherry Street, 244 Cherry Street. It's also a church, and it's 2,436 square feet. Built in 1916, so it's a little newer than the other one. It's been on the market 4 days. Own a piece of Chesapeake City history. Step into the past with this truly one-of-a-kind property, originally built as an early 1900s church and rich with architectural character. Featuring soaring ceilings, beautiful Gothic-style arched windows, original wood details, and an open sanctuary space, this historic building offers endless possibilities for the visionary buyer. Now you have to be a visionary, unless you just want to live in a church, and that's cool too. So it's listed by Juliana Golden Dunn. There's the number at Patterson Schwartz Middletown. And there's the MLS number there. So if you need to call someone, and it's also listed on Patterson Schwartz website, I suppose. Okay. So let's look at our street view and see what this one looks like. Oh, there is no street view. So I guess we won't see what it looks like. Well, let's see where it's located. Because it's in Chesapeake, Maryland, so it's probably near some water. I'm sure you need flood insurance here. Oh, yeah, look. I'm sure it's a charming town, but my goodness. You're completely surrounded by water, and I'm sure it goes out to the Chesapeake Bay. Yeah, you're up in here. You're not far from Baltimore or Washington, so that's kind of cool. And you're here, so you could come down the river and go that way and come right out into the Atlantic Ocean. So it's close to Wilmington, Delaware, not too far from Philadelphia. You could zoom up to Lancaster. I have a friend that lives there. King of Prussia's up there. There's great shopping there. It's probably not really that far, but you have to go all the way around Wilmington. But I'm sure you could just pop right through the interstate. Let's look at the satellite view. Okay. So if water makes you terrified, then this wouldn't be for you, but I love living on the water, even with all the things that can happen. It's just so peaceful. But so here we are in this cute little area, Chesapeake City. I don't really see a city, so it's just a small town, I guess. Um, it's hard to discern if there's a downtown or anything, but there's the church in this little area here, right here. Okay, well, let's go back to our listing and see if they gave us any photographs because they were very stingy on the map. Didn't want us to have a street view. Okay, it says for rent, but we know it's for sale, but maybe you could rent it and see if you like it. Well, the good news is you have plenty of space between your houses, so that's perfect. I already like the lot way better than the other one. I love the front door. Um, I'm not so clear on this. I might want to do something there. It still has the beautiful arches in the windows, so that's pretty. I don't know if it ever had stained glass. Probably not. There's a window unit. There's a mailbox. There's obviously a basement. Here it is from the side. It has those arched windows all the way down. That's really pretty. Here's your driveway and parking space. I wonder if it comes with that flagpole. That's probably the neighbor's house. Big front walkway. There's your entranceway to come into the church, which will soon be your house if you purchase it and turn it into that. I love the arch windows. God forbid you ever broke one. The glass is expensive. So the doors look a little shabby. I think I'd want to replace that. We have stairs going up to the, I guess, the sanctuary. And this one's $95,000, 2436 square feet. So you have those windows all the way down. We have this, what looks to be, I don't know what that is. It might be acoustical tile, but it kind of looks like whatever's on the side. So I guess it's somehow to work with the sound or something, maybe. So, okay, here's the front door. So we're coming in the front door. There's a sink over here for some reason. That's weird. And then straight ahead of us, after coming in the door, we'd see the sanctuary, or what would soon be my karaoke stage for my friends to come over on the weekend and have fun and party and sing. So I would leave that. I would change the flooring though. Rip up all this ugly carpet. You got some ceiling fans all the way through. They each one have a light on them with looks like a pull chain, but I don't know who could grab that unless you're really tall. We got some movie seats over here. That's fun for karaoke night. um, yeah, so if you have a vision of something, I mean, basically you've got an open space here to do whatever you want and to, I think the good thing architecturally is if you look, like if you wanted to make separate rooms, the good thing is if you did like a room there somehow and a room there, you'd have two windows in each room. And then this one could do something here, maybe a bathroom, because there is a sink over here already, and you'd have a window in it. So depending on how you lay it out, maybe you have a friend that's an architect, or maybe you just figure it all out yourself. And so there's the sanctuary back there. We do have a full basement, it seems here. So we go downstairs to the full basement. There is a window there, which is clever for lighting the stairs. And the basement looks very clean and very dry. So that's always a good thing. And it does seem to come from inside the sanctuary, so that's a good thing as well. You don't have to go outside. Oh, and look, we have some more movie seats here. And I'm sure they probably stay. We have carpet on the flooring, and I don't see anywhere where it really looks like it was nasty wet or anything. Now, these are leaves, and I'm not sure how they would have gotten in there unless there was a broken window. And that's all they're going to give us on this one. So this one's 95,000 and it's in Chesapeake City, Maryland. Okay. Now the next one we're going to see is in Gilman, Illinois. And it's a beautiful little church. You got a steeple. It still has a steeple. That's lovely, right? 2,040 square feet. Original Presbyterian church located near downtown Gilman, built in 1886. As indicated by the cornerstone built into the foundation. That is very cool. Inside full of history with pews, pianos, church bell, and stained glass windows still present, and they're all yours for $58,000. Church and extra lot are zoned residential, but certain variances to convert to a business would be considered by the town boards. Personal property and some pews do not stay, but most all church-related items do stay. Call for details. It's been on the market 1,127 days. You could take it for $40,000. Guarantee it. Listed by Stephen Holsopple. And there's the phone number at Gold Key Realty Corporation. There's the MLS number. Let's see if we have a street view. And we do. Isn't that beautiful? And you have plenty of space. Look at that. That is gorgeous. And you have plenty of space all around the sides. It's not pushed up like the other one. And look at the beautiful grounds and the beautiful trees. Oh, what a piece of history. Now, is this your parking lot? Okay, this is a street, so you have all this parking right in front of your house for your big party. And this looks like an apron to a driveway, so I guess you could go around that way. What a beautiful neighborhood. What a gorgeous little town. Oh, if somebody goes and sees this, let us know what you found there because it looks like a beautiful place. You'd want to go there and check it out. They have beautiful flowers growing down the street. Got some nice drains. Cute little house next door. Okay, let's look on the map and see where it is. We know it's in Illinois, but let's see where it's at in Illinois. And you're going to be dealing with some snow, as you probably know. Okay. Here's all the places that you're near to. I don't know if anybody recognizes any of those. I was trying to go out. Okay, so we can see where we are. We're south of Chicago, east of Peoria, and Fort Wayne is over here to the east. So you're probably gonna get some snow. But that is beautiful, isn't it? Let's go back and look and see what photographs we have. Well, first let's check while we're down here. Let's just check the taxes. It was listed in 2022 for 65, and now 4 years later, 1,127 days, it's down to 58.9. I know you could take it for 50. If not, they're idiots. There is no tax history because it's a church. It probably never paid taxes. Um, it says it's 42 out of 100 bikeable. I guess that's for the town, and 39 out of 100 car dependent. Oh my goodness, look at the school. The elementary school gets a 10 out of 10. That is amazing. Good on you, Gilman, Illinois. Iroquois West Middle School gets a 6 out of 10. That's not bad, could be better. And the high school gets a 7 out of 10. Work on that. But I'm very impressed by the elementary school, so if you have little children, it could be great. Okay, let's look and see what photographs we have for this one. So far out of the three, this is my favorite, and not because it's the cheapest, because I think it would be the best deal. And look at all the yard you get. And you get all that parking space in front, which I don't know what you do with that, or I don't even know, but here's a driveway apron, so you could put in a driveway that goes all the way through and out to the other street. Beautiful windows again. Here it is from the back and the side. Beautiful steeple. Doesn't have a cross on it, but maybe you could get a big letter for your last name and put it on top of it. Now see there it still has something on the steeple, but that's not there. Well, look, it is there, but hmm. So it does have a cross still on top of it, or something. Oh my goodness. How gorgeous is that stained glass window? My word. Oh my days. Look at that. That is beautiful. You know, they always show these knobs because they're antique. I mean, I'm sure there are people who just go crazy for them. I could care less. I want modern locks on my doors. Now here we are inside. So that must be that little bump out space in the back. So the little I forget what they call that. Is nave? Is that what it's called? But the little stage area, we'll call it, is very small. So be very small for your karaoke night, but you could still do it. Unless there's a bathtub back there for baptizing folks. Now there's a lot of pews in there, so I don't know what you do with those. Give them away, give them to something. They're showing us the, I guess you'd call them antique lights if they've been there since the 1800s. That's quite amazing. It's beautiful work, those benches, but I'm not quite sure what you would do with all of them. The floor looks like it's in good shape. And we have 2,040 square feet here. So this would be coming in the front door. You have lots of transom windows up there, and these doors look like they fold open or closed. Now, I don't know if these do as well, and they've put a bookshelf in front of it, so I'm not sure what that's about, but the windows are gorgeous. I guess they're showing us the folding doors. So we don't really get a lot of photos, and I don't know. It says there's one bathroom. So you'd have to do a lot more work on this one, and perhaps that's why it's sitting there for so long, but I still think it's beautiful and such a great buy. 58.9. Put in an offer for $50,000, you'd be living in a church. And look, it has these beautiful little windows here and this beautiful window here. And I bet there is a staircase or stairwell somewhere to get up in here and to get up to where this window is in the attic. And whoever the real estate agent was that I said, you need to get out there and take better pictures of this church because that could be why it's still on the market. People want to see every inch of it. Is there a basement? Can you get up in here? What does it look like? What does the bathroom look like? We need to see all that. So here we are today with our three special places today because they're all churches. There's the other one in Chesapeake City, Maryland, and here's the one in Ashland, Pennsylvania. So they're all there for your picking. Decide which church you want to live in and go for it. And I wish you the best of luck. Let us all know if you went to look at them or if you bought one and you are renovating it, and let us know what you're going to do with it. And I'll catch up with you on the next episode of Let's Get Real with Real Estate. Make sure you like and subscribe and share and comment and do all the things. I'll see you real soon. Happy house hunting.